Good morning all of you. Today we will be discussing class 7th chapter 8, which is rational numbers. So before moving into this rational numbers, first of all let me ask what do you mean by natural numbers? Natural numbers, as you all know, natural number means what? Counting numbers, that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, etc. Natural numbers. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, etc. That is what? Natural number. Now the next thing, what do you mean by whole number? You know what you mean by whole number. Whole number means what? In addition to this natural number, there will be an extra 0. Okay, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, etc. Okay, that is called what? Whole numbers. Now you are also aware about integers. Integers means what? It will contain whole number, natural number, as well as what? Negative of this natural numbers. Okay, it already consists of this whole numbers, and in addition to that it also contains negative of all these natural numbers. Okay, -1, -2, -3, etc. These are called what? Integers. Okay, so you are aware about natural numbers, whole numbers, and integers. And also you know one more thing. What is that? Fractions. Fractions means what? Fractions. Numbers which is of the form numerator by denominator. A numerator will be there as well as a denominator will be there. That is called what? Fractions. Okay. And this numerator you will have any numbers. Okay, it can be any number. It can be 0 also. Okay, it can be 0 or any positive integer, as well as denominator will be always a positive integer in the case of fractions. That is, for example, you can say 4 by 5. This is a fraction. Here numerator is a positive integer and denominator is also positive integer. And you can say 0 by 5. This is also a fraction. Here numerator is 0 and denominator is a positive integer. So the only condition for fraction is that numerator should be either 0 or a positive integer, and the denominator should be a positive integer. It should not be 0. Okay, if this is of the form 5 by 0 means this is not possible. This is not a fraction. Okay, so that's all about fraction. Now here we are going to study about rational numbers and various operations on that rational numbers, addition, subtraction, multiplication, etc. Okay, so before moving into this rational number, let's first see the definition of rational number. Okay, so rational numbers. Rational number means what? A number which is in the form P by Q. Okay, a number which is in the form P by Q, where P and Q are what? Integers. The condition is that P and Q are integers. And the second condition is that Q should not be equal to 0. Okay, these are the two conditions. Okay, so the definition of rational number is that any number which is in the form P by Q, where P and Q are integers and Q should not be equal to 0. Such numbers are called what? Rational numbers. Let's take an example. Okay, P and Q are integers means what? It can be a positive or a negative integer. Let's take that. Suppose 2 by 3. This is a rational number. Okay, that means 2 is an integer, 3 is an integer, and 3 is not equal to 0. Okay, denominator should not be equal to 0. So let's take any other example. -4 by 3. This is also a rational number. That is, -4 is a negative integer and 3 is also a positive integer. It can be positive or negative integer. That's not a problem. Okay, it should be an integer. Both should be integers. Okay, So minus 4 by 3 is an example. Let's take another example, which is 0 by 3. Here also you can see 0 is an integer, 3 is also an integer. So P by Q means what? 0 and 3 both are integers, and here denominator is not equal to 0. So this is also a rational number. Okay, so all these are the examples for rational numbers. Now let's see what is the difference between fractions and rational number. An example and see. Let's take the example 2 by 3. Only difference between fractions and rational number is that in the case of fractions there will not be negative integer. There will be only positive integer. Okay, there will not be any negative integer. So 2 by 3 is a fraction because 2 and 3 both are positive integers. 0 will be also there only in the numerator. In the denominator for fractions as well as for rational numbers, there will not be 0 in denominator. If 0 comes in denominator means what? That number cannot be defined. So such numbers will not be there. But when we are taking negative integer, in the case of fractions there will not be any negative in both numerator and denominator, but in the case of rational numbers there will be negative integer. That's the only difference between them. Okay, let's take any other example. Minus 4 by 3. This is a rational number, but this is not fraction. Okay, this is not fraction, but minus 4 by 3 is a rational number. Okay, because what? Because of what? Because here there is a negative integer minus 4. Now let's take this 0 by 3. This is a fraction as well as a rational number. Now let's take another example, minus 3 by 4. This is a rational number but not a fraction because here negative integer is present. Okay, so that's the only difference between rational number and fractions. So you can say that all fractions are rational numbers, but all rational numbers are not fractions. Okay, whenever you take any fractions, all those fractions will be rational number, but all rational numbers are not fractions. Now let's see what all numbers are included in this rational numbers. Let's take an integer, say I'm taking 4. Okay, so how will you write this 4? This 4 can be written as 4 by 1. Okay, 4 by 1 equal to 4 only. So 4 can be written as 4 by 1, which means what? 4 by 1 is a rational number. Similarly, any other numbers like 4, you can, that is 5. You can write this 5 as 5 by 1. Or 101, you can write this as 101 divided by 1. So all these numbers, or 4, 5, 101, all such numbers are also what? Rational numbers. Or let's take any other negative numbers, that is minus 5. Minus 5 you can write it in this way, that is minus 5 by 1. Or let's take minus 41. Minus 41 also you can write it as minus 41 by 1, which is also equal to minus 41. So you can say negative numbers, negative integers can also be written in the form of rational numbers, or negative integers are also rational numbers. So here you have got positive integers and here you have got negative integers. Now what is the case of 0? 0 can be written in any way, 0 by 1 or 0 by 5, 0 by 11, everything is equal to what? 0. Okay, so 0 is also included in rational numbers. That means rational number includes what? Integers. Okay, integers are included in rational numbers, or all integers are what? Rational numbers. You can say in that way. All integers are rational numbers. Okay, so you can prove this by taking any integers, and any integers can be written in the form p by q. So you can say that all integers are rational numbers. Now let's take any decimal numbers. Suppose I am taking 0.2. What is 0.2 actually? 0.2 means what? 2 by 10. Any number divided by 10, 100, 1000. It's easy to divide any number by 10, 100, 1000, etc. Suppose I am dividing 2 by 10. Means what? The answer will be, here 10 means how many zeros are there? Only one zero is there. That means after the decimal point only one number will be there. Okay, so here 2. So 0.2. Suppose I am taking 32 divided by 10. So here 1 0. So after the point, decimal point, there should be only one number. That means what? 3.2. Okay, here you have to put the 0. 32. 32 means, that is, you have to count from 2. 1. Okay, so here you will put the dot or decimal point. Suppose I am taking 32 divided by 100. That means what? Here 2 zeros are there. 2 zeros means what? After the decimal point, two numbers should be there. That is, if the number is 32, 1, 1, 2. So here you have to put the decimal point here. Suppose it is 32 by 1000. Then what you will do? Then just write 32 here. Now 1000 means what? 1, 2, 3. 3 zeros are there. That means after the decimal point, 3 numbers will be there. So 1, 2, 3. So here you have to put the decimal point here. So here there is no number, so you can put 0 here as well as 0 here. So 0.032 will be the answer for 32 divided by 1000. In that way you have to divide numbers by 10, 100, 1000, etc. Okay. So here suppose I am taking the decimal number as 0.2. Okay, so you can write it as 2 by 10. Okay, that means what? This decimal number can be written as 2 by 10. That means all decimals are rational numbers. Let's take any other example. Suppose I am taking 75. 0.75. Okay, this can be written as 75 by 100. It's again a rational number. So you can say that all rational numbers or all decimals are rational numbers. Okay, so you got decimals here. Okay, so inside this rational number, integers are included and decimals are also included, or you can say all decimals are rational numbers as well as all integers are rational numbers. Now in the case of fractions, you have already seen that all fractions are rational numbers. So all fractions are rational numbers. Okay. So all these things are included in rational numbers: integers, decimals, fractions. Now inside this integers already it includes what? Natural numbers and whole numbers. Okay, natural and whole number. That means rational number includes integers, natural numbers, whole numbers, decimals, fractions. Understand? So that's all about rational numbers, or the basic introduction about rational numbers. Okay, the conclusion is that rational numbers include integers, fractions and decimals. Okay, that's the conclusion that we are getting from this discussion.